Have you ever dreamed of opening your own coffee shop, but had no idea where to start? If the answer is yes, then you are in the right place. Maybe you're picturing a cozy place with warm light, the smell of fresh espresso, regulars who know your name, and then your brain immediately goes, okay, but how do I actually do this? How do I find a location? How much money do I need? How many coffees do I need to sell per day just to survive? And what if I fail? If that sounds like you, then you are in the right place. In this video, we will explain what you're going to learn in this series about how to open your own coffee shop, step by step. So, who am I and why should you listen to me talk about coffee shops? My name is Juan. I'm an engineer and innovation manager. That means I've spent years helping companies design new products, services, and experiences that customers actually want. 6 years ago, I decided to take everything I knew about innovation and apply it to something much closer to my heart, a specialty coffee shop in Vienna. Now, if you know Vienna, you know this is a serious coffee city. There are around 2,400 coffee shops here, and it was the first city in Europe to introduce coffee. Traditional coffee chains, specialty coffee places, you name it, it's a very tough market. Nobody was waiting for one more coffee shop, but we opened anyway. We focused on specialty coffee, quality, consistency, and created a place that people actually felt good being in, not just a place to grab coffee in and leave. And somehow it worked. Out of those 2,400 coffee shops, we made it to the top 3 in the city. Not because we were the biggest, not because we had most money, but because we made a series of very specific decisions and learned very specific lessons about how to run a coffee shop in the real world. That's what I'm here to share with you today. When I was thinking about opening a coffee shop, I had so many questions. I watched YouTube videos, I read blog posts, I talked to baristas and owners. But most of what I found fell into 2 extremes. Super romantic videos saying follow your dreams and everything will work out, or very technical stuff that didn't explain the whole picture. What I didn't find was someone saying, okay, here's what actually happens the first year, here are the numbers, here's where we messed up, here's what we would do differently, and here's what you must get right if you don't want to burn out or go broke. So now, after going through the full journey myself, from idea to opening to being in the top 3 in Vienna, I want to create the series that I wish I had when I started. I want to show you the decisions that we made, the mistakes that hurt, the wins that really moved the needle, and most importantly, the real learnings nobody tells you about. No fluff, nothing like just manifest it, but also no boring business school lecture. Just honest, practical, step-by-step help to get you from I'd love to open a coffee shop someday to I'm opening this coffee shop now in this location with this plan. This series is about one thing, helping you open a coffee shop that really works for your guests and for you. Not just a beautiful Instagram place, not just the vibes. A business that can actually sustain itself, pay its people, and give you a life you're happy to live. Across the next 30 videos, we will be going to break this big dream into clear, manageable pieces. We'll walk through the whole journey step by step, from the very first idea to the way that you optimize your shop that it's already running. You'll see how all of the pieces connect: your concept, your location, your number, your team, your daily operations, your investment. By the end of this series, you will just have inspiration. You will have a concrete roadmap. The 30 videos are organized to help you start from zero, step by step, but they turn around the same big building blocks and topics we're going to cover. First, place. This is where we talk about how to choose the right location, how to understand if the case makes economic sense, how to analyze foot traffic and competition, and how to make sure people come back. You'll learn questions like, is it better to be on a busy street with high rent or a side street with lower rent? How do you know if your concept is right for that area? What should you look for in a space before signing a contract? Second, economics and investment. This is the part most dreamers want to skip. But this is where your coffee shop lives or dies. We'll go through the real costs of running a coffee shop, how to think about margins on coffee, food, and other products, how to calculate your basic business case, and the daily KPIs you should track. Things like, how many coffees do I need to sell per day to survive? How much can I pay in rent without killing the business? What percentage of my revenue can go into staff costs? We will also cover topics like investment, how much money you need and where it goes. We'll break down how much money you actually need to open a coffee shop, where that money should go, equipment, interior, licenses, working capital, what's nice to have versus what's essential, and how to avoid common expensive mistakes. We'll also talk about how to think about returns. When can you realistically expect to pay yourself a salary? How long does it usually take to break even? We'll use simple, clear examples and real numbers so you can apply them for you. Third, people. Your coffee shop is not just machines, cups, and beans. It's people. In this part of the series, we'll talk about hiring your first baristas, training them to deliver consistent quality, creating a team culture that guests can feel, and how to deal with the reality of turnover, schedules, and stress. We'll also talk about your guests, how to make them feel welcome, how to turn first-time visitors into regulars, and how to handle complaints and difficult situations. Fourth, optimization and suppliers. Once you're open, a new phase begins. Now it's about making everything smoother, faster, and more enjoyable for you, your team, and your guests. We'll talk about improving your workflows behind the bar, reducing waiting times, standardizing recipes and processes, fine-tuning your menu, and using feedback to constantly improve. This is how you go from "we're surviving" to "this is running well and I can breathe." Again, with practical examples and a focus on reality, not fantasy. Please consider that this is not a linear course. It is created to guide you step by step, starting from zero, exactly as we did it, and then reiterating on a few topics that will mature throughout your learning curve until you feel ready. If you are not sure about going through the whole course, we encourage you to look at the titles of all of the videos on the course so you can get a much better idea what we will discuss throughout the series. So here's my promise to you for this series. In the next 30 videos, I'll walk you through everything you need to set up your dream coffee shop, step by step. You'll get concrete examples based on real experience, real numbers to help you do your own calculations, practical tips you can apply immediately, and honest stories about what went right and what really didn't. If you've ever thought, "I'd love to open a coffee shop, but I don't know how," then this series is for you. Whether you're a barista who wants to open their own place, someone from a completely different field who just loves coffee and people, or an entrepreneur who wants to understand the business side, I want you to finish this series feeling like, okay, I know what it takes. I know the steps, and I can do it. To get the most out of these videos, I recommend you do 3 simple things. Take notes. Write down numbers, ideas, and questions that apply to your situation. Pause and reflect. After each video, take 5 to 10 minutes to think, how does this apply to my future coffee shop? Build your plan as we go. By the end of the series, I want you to have a clear concept, a rough budget, and a realistic understanding of what your first year might look like. You don't need to have everything figured out today. That's what the 30 videos are for. All right, that's it for this first episode. Now you know who I am, what I've done, and what this series is all about. Welcome to the CoffeeShop-Launchpad. We love to have you here. In the next video, we'll start with the foundation. Finding a shop you love in a place of the city you don't plan to be. We'll talk about how to research what is going on in your city, to make true connections with your future network, and to get you talking and gathering ideas for the place you dream to build. To improve the quality, and so you don't have to hear my accent throughout the course. This series we will be presented using AI-generated characters. But don't worry, they will all be speaking about the learnings of the same experience. Say hello, John.
Hello everyone, and looking forward to take you from here. If you're serious about opening a coffee shop, or even if it's just a dream for one day, I invite you to follow along with this series. Together, we're going to turn that vague dream into a concrete plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.